Meghan's empty empire. Sussexes blame it's all on jealous and mean people flinging stones. After Meghan Markle loses her Spotify deal, questions remain about what she and Harry do for their money. On her Archetypes podcast episodes, Meghan Markle explored various labels given to women that she says try to hold them back. She talked about being called a diva with Mariah Carey, and then the other guests on the 12-episode Spotify series included people like Serena Williams, Paris Hilton, and Mindy Kaling. In an episode called To Be or Not to Be, the faux royal duchess talked about how calling a woman difficult, she says, is, quote, a code word for the B word. But little did she know at that time, she was about to be called stuff a lot worse than that. After Spotify made the announcement that it had, quote, mutually agreed to part ways with Meghan Markle, Spotify executive and sports podcaster Bill Simmons criticized her and Harry, and the pile-on continued. The Wall Street Journal reported that the two of them, who also have a $100 million Netflix deal, didn't meet the productivity benchmark required for their $20 million Spotify deal. And then the questions started coming about exactly how much work Meghan had really done on Archetypes. And now it looks like the fake royals are again on the defensive, according to an insider who spoke with Star Magazine. People can call them money-hungry and even grifters, says the insider. Harry and Meghan think it's all just jealousy and mean people flinging stones. When Harry and Meghan ran away to the U.S. back in 2020, they said that they wanted to, quote, work to become financially independent. And then soon enough, they landed their deals with Spotify and Netflix, as well as Harry's book deal with Penguin Random House, worth a reported $40 million. Additionally, they started their philanthropy arm, the Archwell Foundation. And then, not much else happened. So Meghan's planned children's show was canceled by Netflix, and then their documentary for Netflix reiterated complaints about the royal family that they had already talked about in other interviews. We can say the same for Harry's book Spare, even though readers did learn how the 38-year-old lost his virginity, which I don't think anybody really wanted to know. And some people felt like their foundation didn't seem to do much of anything to really help people. Now, we should note that charitable foundations are exempt from some types of federal income tax. Of the $13 million that Archwell raised, it has given away only $3 million in grants. Now, maybe that's because there seemed to be a revolving door for employees. The insider says, of course, there were growing pains at Archwell with people coming and going. Meghan and Harry won't tolerate anyone who doesn't share their vision. And Meghan even replaced the original director of Harry and Meghan in the middle of the project. It may have won a People's Choice Award, but still, Meghan's podcast series was called into question. Last year, one of the guests, journalist Alison Yarrow, revealed that, in fact, a producer had conducted her interview, and then they dubbed in Meghan's narrative later on, leading some people to criticize Meghan for not putting in the real work. But it doesn't seem like the setbacks are bothering Meghan and Harry. Meghan, according to the insider, is even more focused on building their brand. She's been having lunch with actors and entrepreneurs like Gwyneth Paltrow and Cameron Diaz, and then she recently signed with the agent Ari Emanuel at WME. Now he also represents her friend Tyler Perry. The insider notes she's interested in film and TV production, business, and brand partnerships. Meghan's going to be the queen of Hollywood before long, and she and Harry will be raking in millions. To hell with the critics is their attitude. After Harry wore a Dior suit for his father's coronation on May 6th, internet spies quickly uncovered a clip of Meghan from a TV movie in which she's shooting a perfume ad. Soon enough, rumors started circulating that the two of them had signed a $15 million deal with Dior. But sources on both sides have spoken out saying there is no truth to the rumors. But Meghan's new agent may be looking into the kind of high-profile partnerships that are scorned by the royal family. And there are also some rumors that maybe Meghan is going to revive her old lifestyle website, TheKing, where she talked about her favorite Chanel ballet flats and Alexander McQueen stilettos, as well as giving out makeup tips and restaurant tips. The insider says Meghan loved TheKing and was sad to shut it down. She was coerced into doing it because she was marrying into the royal family. Now those rules don't apply, and she's looking forward to reviving it. The fact is, the royal family are the ones they have betrayed the most with their awful lies. So it's really down to whether or not the royals can forgive them. That should be the question that people are focusing on. Now, I cannot stand the two of them. They're a couple of whiners. They couldn't even fake a car crash properly, and they are so pathetic. I do wish they would just grow up and disappear. I mean, the way Harry travels to the UK, a country that he clearly hates, so as to pour millions of dollars in unearned money into fairy tale legal cases is a complete scandal. Harry simply does not understand basic concepts such as evidence, and he definitely doesn't understand what justice means. Now, gaslighting is a type of lying, but I simply do not understand why they have to lie about every little thing. Harry never hated his family like he does now when he was dating Chelsea Davy. I think all of these feelings of spite and resentment came from Meghan Markle. See, she holds a grudge against his family, and so she has convinced him that he needs to hate them too. I'm afraid, though, things are not going to end well for the two of them. Honestly, at this point, I have less respect for him than I thought possible. Harry, as far as I can see, has no redeeming characteristics. The fact that this idiot believes that he can memorize Meghan's platitudes and preach to us about how to live and how we should be thinking, when he's got an IQ score that's absolutely embarrassing. Pretty sure if he were to take an IQ test, he wouldn't score any higher than 75, which would officially make him a moron. How dare this dimwit preach to us, my goodness, and telling everybody in America to get out and vote specifically for Biden? Now, I don't care what your political leanings are. Just imagine being American and this dum-dum trying to interfere in your politics. It's so offensive. I cannot stand him. I hate the ground that he walks on, and I loathe his opinions that don't even belong to him. And I'm not alone in this feeling. So at least I've got some reassurance that all the unintelligent, insane opinions that currently have taken hold in the world will finally one day be beaten. The only thing that I would like to see beaten more is that idiot he married. I guess Harry is just arrogant enough to believe he doesn't need any evidence. He assumes that being a royal is more than enough. He showed up expecting the court would find the evidence to prove his case for him. I mean, did nobody think to explain to him how stuff works? The prosecutors are reliant upon special consideration because he is a royal. And then his insistence on being referred to as His Royal Highness and then Your Majesty only helped to reinforce that title with the judge. We're going to see what kind of a stiff neck the judge has. And I hate to say this, but I'm afraid that it was the fault of the late Princess Di because she babied him way too much. She just encouraged him to get into trouble and not face any consequences, because I guess she assumed he wasn't so bright, so she felt sorry for him. And then when she passed away, he was a child who needed real therapy. He, in his mind, is still 12 years old, and he expects the world to bow at him at every corner. And you, what do you think about the duo? Please continue to discuss Meghan and Harry with us below in the comments section. If you think my video is helpful, don't be afraid to like and share it with your friends and relatives who need it too. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.